Revegetating in our floodplain environments is really challenging because of the really heavy clays that we work with and the really dry climate that we're in. And it's not as easy as just planting a tree in the ground and hoping that you're going to get a established tree at the end of it. For the cotton industry, we're really interested in looking at how we can work better with community. It's a really difficult and complex to manage biodiversity in agricultural landscapes. So partnerships like the partnership we have with the Wee-Waa Local Aboriginal Lands Council provides us with really great community participation in some of the restoration works that we're trying to achieve. The workshops have been a great introduction to the local plants that we have in this area. I think in New South Wales there's something like 30,000 native grasses, and it's been wonderful to be with experts that know the different species that are around and how to identify some of these different grasses, trees and shrubs that we have in our local landscape, which can be really difficult to do without having some technical expertise with you. We visited a cotton farm, currently doing a biodiversity restoration project along the Namoi River and are planting around 15 hectares of native vegetation. So it's a really great opportunity for us to go out and see what are some of the techniques that are used to undertake successful revegetation projects in these floodplain environments. We also got the opportunity to walk around and have a look at lots of the different native plants, so grasses, trees and shrubs that are common along the Namoi River, and also to learn about how to identify some of the different fruits and seeds and how to actually propagate those.
Wee-Waa Lands Council have partnered with Cotton Info to deliver a program on planting native species and collecting seeds and propagating those seeds. We see the benefits to our community of increased knowledge and skills, and to look at ventures increasing employment and sole trader. We have a greenhouse where they can actually come and propagate their plants and look for avenues of creating an income from that. We've been involved with Friends of Native Grasses, and we've linked up with the Black Duck Food Company, an organisation that has bush tucker and use a lot of native plant and grains. As a CEO of a Lands Council, I really enjoy working outside the Lands Council with other partnerships. It just gives more knowledge to people that we work with, and I think it's really good for Aboriginal people to be involved in a whole community.
There are very few nurseries out in this part of the world growing native plants, and it's very important not only for the wildlife and the birds to use native plants, but also if you're using them in farming situation to shelter a cotton crop, for example, or to encourage beneficial insects, you want to be able to propagate the species that grow in that environment and plant those out. And that means that all those insects can use those species and you know they're going to survive. We're here in Wee-Waa running the first of a number of workshops for the community on all aspects of propagation of native plants, from seed collection through to germination, right through to looking at how they're planted out in the paddock. What we're trying to do is build up some skills in the community so people can actually grow local native plants, collect the seed locally, grow it locally, and then we know it's going to survive and they're going to be the best species and the best plants for local conditions. Yesterday we looked at basic seed collection, how they would identify native plants, how you tell if seeds are ripe and where the seeds are to collect. And then today we've talked about how you process those seeds, look after them, and then how to propagate them in a nursery. We're also looking at how they can set up a basic greenhouse and take them right through to the stage where they can be planted out. There's been particular interest lately in this region about growing native grasses for grain. It's always great to come to Wee-Waa or go anywhere where people are keen to learn.
Hello, my name's Kerry Saunders. I'm a Gomeroi woman from Moree, New South Wales. I do Yinamar bush tucker tours in Moree. I want to show people where I'm from and my surroundings, where there's a lot of biodiversity and culture significance that we still use today in cooking and some medicines and ceremonies. I'd like to show awareness and to let people know that these native grains, native plants that are so edible and good for you are still there. And if we look after our waterways, our environment, they're going to be there all the time. I took part in the workshop not only just to share knowledge and gain knowledge and learn about these things, but take it to the broader community and show people the importance of growing these foods, coming together, meeting people and learning different knowledges, sharing knowledge about experience with seeds and growing them. Yeah, that was the highlight. So I've made some friends. Being Aboriginal, it's very important. It's culture, it's identity, and it's a place of belonging.
The workshop's been a really great partnership for Cotton Info, and the feedback that we've been getting from the workshop participants is that the level of the presenters and the technical information that they've been receiving has been really, really excellent. And it's really fantastic to see so many different people from the community interested in native plant propagation and particularly in biodiversity restoration.